back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of Parlay Busters. And in this edition of Parlay Busters, I'll be doing UFC 327, Prochazka versus Ulberg. So let's start off with the very first fight on the card, or at least I think it's the first fight on the card. Parlay Buster is Charles Radtke. Radtke is by no means a guy you should be feeling like, oh, this guy is an average confidence, high confidence. Well, I don't depend on what you're saying, but whether it's average or whatever. This is not a guy you should be, loading up in all your parlays, feeling like this is such a good pick. Maybe try to combine it with like a prop, maybe like a decision prop or something like that. But to feel so confident you're gonna put him in like 5, 6, or matter of fact, play him any more than once. Matter of fact, in general, like I would say, don't play him at all. Play prop him. But if you are going to play him, you're gonna play him any more than once. And not just trying to maximize the value on that. No. Yeah, Radtke is the much older man, like 36-year-old. He's been stopped in all of his losses. He's a finisher. He's going with a guy that is much younger, has much more room for improvement, is deceptively not in as bad a position or as bad of a losing streak as he is suggested, because he should have won his last fight, but the judges just were on BS that day. So he really should be on a one fight with you. So it's not like he's on a 3-fight losing streak. He's tough. He's been in with some real good guys. And I just feel like Radtke just gonna play into his game. He's gonna be trying, be aggressive with the striking, be aggressive with the grappling. But I think Prada's gonna show continued improvement in that grappling, continued improvement in takedown defense, continued improvement in the ability to get up. And I think he already is the better striker. And over the course of 15 minutes, I think that's plenty of time for Prada to start to put his strikers together, connect on Radtke. And Radtke has shown that he's a guy that can be put away and has been put away, I think, 3 times already in his UFC career, where Prada has never been submitted. You can say, oh, his grab not this, it's this, not that. He has never been submitted. He has never been knocked out. I don't think he has ever really been notably rocked in none of his fights. And he's been there with some hard hitters. Vertinikov can hit pretty hard. So, yeah, I just see Prada be able to find that finish sometime within that fight around the second round. But, yeah. So to say the Parlay Buster for that one, again, is Charles Radtke. I'm picking Prado to win. Charles Radtke, if you're feeling super confident in him, don't. If that's your guy favorite you're putting in one of your parlays or a couple of your parlays, don't. So Radtke is the first Parlay Buster of the card. So Charles Radtke. Then next we go to a big one. We're only gonna do 3, so we're gonna make it a juicy one. Azamat Murzakanov. So now a lot of people are, definitely I see a lot of people saying lock Azamat Murzakanov. This is bad Murzakanov. No. Should he be the favorite? Yes. Do I think he win? No. And do I think you should treat him like a lock? Definitely not. And should you put him in multiple parlays? Definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. Maybe 2 maximum. But yeah, if you're feeling super high on me, you're definitely going to lose money this weekend. But yeah, Murzakanov, he's going to be the slower man. He's going to be the smaller man. He has a great build and style for the regular light heavyweights. He's sturdy enough to defend the takedowns, get back to his feet. He's fast, but he can land some heavy shots. But he's a little guy that's used to fighting 20 pounds lighter at 185. Costa used to fighting much better guys, much more accomplished guys, much quicker guys, much more technical guys. Murzakanov is just a literally guy that looks for like that one step, like probably jab your body, come up the overhand, maybe hit you with the straight, and then set up or hit you with the cross, just to get your hands up, and he'll shove something up the middle, like uppercut up the middle. Like he's effective what he's doing, but he's very limited and very predictable. And the guys at the higher level, especially at the higher level, at a lower weight class, 20 pounds lighter, they're used to guys having much more steps to their game plans and much more tricks. And I feel like and also Murzakanov is a low output guy for a lot of people that beat Costa, or pretty much the majority of people that, matter of fact, maybe every guy that beat Costa, put out value. Like, outside, like, he's not going to be guys that throw 100 punches at you, but he's going to throw 100 leg kicks, maybe 20, 30, 40 punches. Murzakanov probably going to throw 40 strikes in total. And I don't think Paulo Costa has ever been, he did get flat out TKO'd by Adesanya. That was peak Adesanya, who's one of the greatest fighters of all time. So it's different. But Murzakanov definitely not one of the greatest fighters of all time, and never will be one of the greatest fighters of all time. And I go to sleep very confident in that. But yeah, Murzakanov is too linear with his approach, and questionable gas tank, low output. feel like Costa actually, in a rare occasion, will be the fighter that has the highest average, with a higher average output. I mean, Murder's kind of low-key might have high output because he gets finishes, so it might say like, oh, he does this, that. But look at the course of the whole fight, and the course is like probably 30 strikes. And yeah, I just don't think his output's gonna be there, and I think Costa got to work him. I think Costa could dig him in the body. I think Costa will be the bigger, stronger fighter, despite the big guy coming up, being the former middleweight or still current middleweight, part-time middleweight that misses weight more times than he makes it. But yeah, I see Costa coming in here, being a more technical striker, quicker, sharper, more diverse, mix up. Probably might even surprise him in the grappling a little bit, but yeah, I just see Costa upsetting Mirzakanov. I just feel like Mirzakonov's too predictable, and he's gonna be giving up a lot of his advantage that he typically has over these other, towering light heavyweights who are gonna be bigger, stiffer, chinnier, slower, less technical. Now he's gonna still be smaller. He's gonna be less technical. He's gonna be less quick. There's less quick guy in there, and pretty much give all his strength that he does have at usually at light heavyweight aren't gonna be there as much this time, or not gonna be there at all. He'll have the power advantage. I'll give him that, but outside of that, I think Costa's the better overall fighter. Period. And I think I see Costa stopping him. So the second parlay buster of this week is Azamat Murzakanov, parlay buster. And lastly, for this video, parlay buster, I know a lot of people's fan favorites is Jerry Prochazka. And yeah, Jerry Prochazka going against Carlos Ulberg. I see Jerry Prochazka is a parlay buster. Not to say that he's going to win. You're going to have Ulberg in parlay. He's going to bust your parlay by beating Ulberg. No, if you're picking Jerry's going to bust your parlay because he's going to lose. That's what I mean by parlay bust. Don't get it twisted. Don't think it's the other way around. I'm saying they're parlay bust because they're going to lose your parlay. Cause your parlay to crash because they're going to lose themselves. Not they're going to win. They're going to lose. And are likely to lose, whatever you want to say. But yeah, Jerry Prochazka going against Ulberg. I feel like Ulberg has very similar strengths to very similar strengths. Like Ulberg has very similar strengths to Pereira. Great at attacking legs, has a great left hook, and he low-key might have more finishes with the left hook as far as in the UFC. Not in all career, but as far as the UFC, he low-key might have more finishes with the left hook than Pereira, or at least around the same amount. Like he got like 5-6 left hook TKO KOs in his career inside the UFC. So about as many. Around the same, maybe more, maybe a little less, but and Jerry, he proves, he makes evolutions, but the strength and the weakness of his game, it's a double-edged sword, is that he really throws defense to the wind, and he goes, put all his stat points into offense. And he'll take, pretty much like, a guy that's trying to, like almost like a shootout kind of thing, like a Western or like a sword fight, samurai, where, somebody's going to die. We're gonna go in this thing, defense out the window. The guy that can make the slight subtle adjustment will be able to find the kill. So Jerry fights very, I guess you could say ancient, very machoism. Like I said, Ulberg will give up those opportunities as well, but Ulberg is much more tighter with his defense and he doesn't have to overextend himself or put his chin out there necessarily to find his shots. Like he'll take advantage of you giving your chin out. That's what it is. So kind of with Pereira take advantage of opponent trying to overreach, trying to overstand, or trying to see that opening and go for it, and thus expose himself. Then he'll catch them with the hook. Jerry will walk in there with his chin up, just throwing shots, and he's gonna leave himself open, his head on the swivel to get hit with that check hook. He don't check hit, like he gets caught with the check hooks often, and he don't check leg hooks. So it's a lot of checking that's not there and probably never will be there. Because if Jerry did start to do those things too consistently, it probably would take away from his strength. Like, he has that great durability, he has great conditioning, great heart, and great offense. So, it's his strength and it's also his weakness. And I think Carlos Ulberg is primed and stylistically a guy that's very likely, fully capable and very likely to exploit those weaknesses and get Jerry out of there. Catch him top his leg down, catch him, coming in with his head up, his chin up in the air, or catch him overextending, throwing his defense to the wind, catch him quick, catch him sharp, catch him when he don't see it coming, put it right on his chin or his temple, drop him, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe thrice, but eventually he gets the job done, taking advantage of Jerry's lack thereof defense and general care for himself and gets him out of. So I think, yeah, those are my parlay busters for the week. So if you got any of these three in your parlays or in your parlay or parlays, be cautious, be wary, maybe pull it out. But at the end of the day, always be balls. Like, trust your own picks, your own this and that. If it's already in there, it is what it is. But the parlay busters, I'll say them again. First off, Charles Radke. If he's in your parlay, be concerned. Or be concerned. Azamat Murzakanov, yeah, be concerned. And Jerry Prochazka, be concerned. And those are the parlay busters for UFC 327, Prochazka versus Ulberg. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace.